Good evening, everybody, and welcome back here to the Skittles Super Speedway Series, first season, and Division 1 race number 7 qualifying here tonight at the Pensacola Super Speedway. Been a while since we've broadcasted a race of the series, so going to try and get back into the swing of things here. Hope everybody had a very good Thanksgiving and great Thanksgiving weekend as well. Those of you that we're still in elementary school or high school and got the, 4 or 5 days off. Hope you enjoyed that vacation. I got a whole week off being in college. I'm not really sure what other colleges around the country had in terms of what their vacation was, but just hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving and was able to spend some good time with friends and family. But it's time to find out who's going to start on the pole position here in the Division 1 race at Pensacola, and this race is going to be fun, because Pensacola Super Speedway is a very fast track. We are looking right now at Kyle Matthews, who just now took the green, and he just hit the line at 225 miles per hour, single car speed. It's a ways back before you get to the 48 of Jonathan Zorlin. So Kyle Matthews maintaining 225, 226 through 1 and 2 means this is going to be a very fast-paced track, a very fast-paced race when we get all 40 cars bunched together. And with that being said, it's as if you basically do speed reading. You could take and read a book at leisure, or you can read a book really, really fast. And when you read a book really, really fast, you have to have your brain moving just as quickly as your eyes to be able to take in what you're reading. Well, it's the same here with this type of racetrack, with the speeds these drivers are going to be going. Moves that you will make, blocks that you will do, you have to do them a lot quicker than you would if you were running a race that was going with your cars going about 190 miles per hour. As Kyle Matthews' first lap laid down, 46.135. Jonathan Zorlin there in the 48 might have had a little whiff of draft off of Matthews, and he ran a 46.756. 2 weeks ago, these drivers were at Madrid Super Speedway, and they were going about 220 some odd miles per hour in a pack then. We are single cars here going 220 miles per hour as drivers start to clock in their lap times. So far, the only one in the 46s is Zorlin. This is going to be an interesting lap for Matthews and Zorlin, as Matthews got held up by Zachary Taylor and Patrick Zitch. That actually allows Matt Haas to merge with this group as well. Haas ran a 46.532, almost got the top spot from Zorlin, and we just had a tie for the top spot between the 12 of Eli Bright and the 48 of Zorlin, and now top of the leaderboard, Jay Jefferson in the 28, solely on top with a 4.25. Now Matthews at the tail end of this pack, and this is where you're going to see speeds really kick in. Matthews right now, 230, 231. Let's see what the lap time is. Is it going to go top of the board? No, it actually does not. Zorlin, who was a ways back behind this group, had, is that Miles or Spurley Tube with him? That's Benjamin Miles in the 25. He was able to actually lay down a 46.194. Now he's back to the top of the board. Jack Mitchell second, Matt Haas down to third. Qualls up to fourth. He was a former pole sitter back from Pigs Creek. Laurent Lamount, a former pole sitter as well this season. That was back at M&M Super Speedway. And Miles now down to 10th in that final transfer spot right now, hoping nobody can beat a 46.347, but something tells me we're going to see a number of drivers be able to beat that, as Matthews, who was the first car out there, was 20th fastest, now up to 6th with a 2.49. And immediately drops down to 7th as Benjamin Miles jumped up to 3rd. Good run right now for the 25. He's got himself in a very good spot. But I'm looking at these lap times here. Zorlin ran almost a 46 flat, Miles in a 46.1. We've still got more than half of this session to go. I don't think anybody's safe just yet. I think the lap times are going to get faster and faster as this continues on, especially with drivers in these packs, and I think Zorlin might be able to hit the 45s. He's going by Kyle Matthews, still in the draft of Patrick Zitch. Let's watch and see. Can he hit a 45-second lap time? Be the first one here of the weekend. No, 46.048. But nice to see Jonathan Zorlin and the speed that's coming out of that Lowe's Chevy Camaro right now, especially with the season he has been having. Coming into this race, the 48 finds himself dead last in points. 133 points out of the top position in the standings, and certainly starting on the pole position for a race could certainly boost him in terms of momentum, and we've had a driver crack the 45s. Diego Yepes in the 69, there he is, the Autism Speak Chevrolet, 45.988. And I honestly think that's what it's going to take for a driver to automatically lock themselves into the next round of qualifying. I think that, we just had some other drivers at the 45s, but I think that Yepes, and now along with Patrick Sitch, Zachary Taylor, Matt Haas, and Zorlin, who goes top of the leaderboard again, I think these guys are now confirming themselves spots into the next round of the playoffs. Or not the playoffs, of the next round of qualifying. Wow, looking way ahead here. So Zorlin back to the top of the leaderboard. Yepes in second. Matt Haas in third. Zachary Taylor fourth. Patrick Sitch in fifth. Those guys all in the 45s. Then you got Brady Burkhart, who's right there, two-time winner this season, sixth on the charts with an 0.59 in the 46s. Miles, LaPlante, Shane Lake, and James Qualls right now sits on the final bubble spot to transfer into the next round. There's William Duncan, actually, in the 17, 31st. He was the pole sitter last time out at Madrid 2 weeks ago. Jay Jefferson was top of the leaderboard a while back. He's now back to 16th, and we just had someone get knocked out. Jessica Shelton just jumped up to 7th. That eliminates Qualls from the top 10. Matthews returning back to the track. Shelton jumped up to 7th. That now puts Shane Lake on the hot seat. Let's find the 55 if we can here. Number of drivers on pit road trying to make last-stage adjustments to try and get themselves the speed they need. There's Shane Lake, 46.097. That's the lap time that he's trying to hope will hold on and get him into the next round of qualifying. LaPlante coming back out on track. He's 9th on the charts. Only 0.003 of a second ahead of Shane Lake's lap time. Sebastian Kukulon, there's Laurent Lamount coming back out in the 36. Still over 2 minutes left here in this first round of qualifying, so plenty of time for these drivers to make up some time and try and get up there into the top 10. Shane Lake up on the outside line of this group, so I don't think his lap time is going to improve any as Ashlyn Boyd peels off out of turn 4, heading for pit road. Almost got run over there by Matt Haas and Roger Ray. Matt Haas, I think, is out there just logging laps. His 45.910, I'm pretty certain, is going to get him into the next round. Right now, I would say the drivers that are a little bit worry-free at this moment in time would be about 1st through 7th, because Shelton's got about 2 100ths between herself and Benjamin Miles, the 0.69 to a 0.87. So there'd have to be a large mass of drivers running really good lap times for something to drastically change. And Shane Lake just got knocked out to 11th. Jose Mills in the 6 just moved into the top 10. I believe he was in that group with Shelton and Brady Burkhart and Diego Yepes. Yes, he is. Matter of fact, Jake Rogers is leading this group. He's only 17th, and Mills just got knocked out. Roger Ray just moved up to 8th. That puts Miles down to 10th. Joshua Sekuli moved up to 4th, so he's locked into the next round now with a 45.969. Now Benjamin Miles finds himself on the hot seat. Eli Bright returning back to the track. He's 27th, former winner this season. There's Jack Mitchell and James Qualls. They were up inside the top 10. Mitchell was up as high as 2nd at one point. Qualls now back to 16th. Mitchell back to 20th. Trying to find the 25 of Miles. There he is with Sebastian Kukulon right now in that 10th position, hoping that a 46.087 will be enough to hang on. And he just got knocked out. Who moved in? Someone did. I think it might have been LaPlante. I think LaPlante moved back into the top 10. I think he had been knocked out, and he just jumped back up to 8th. So that eliminates out Benjamin Miles. That puts Jessica Shelton on the hot seat now. Shelton, our winner from Dragonette. She's at the tail end of this pack. Apparently she got told about what was going on, so she's going to try and get a good draft lap here, being at the back of this group. A 0.69 in the 46s for Shelton. And behind her you've got now... Oh, Shelton just got eliminated. Just got knocked down to 11th as Laurent Lamont moved up. And now JT Bryant knocks out Lamont. He moves up to 9th. Shelton needs a good lap here. Time's running out. Can she make her way back in? No, she does not. About a 10th off her fastest lap. And right now JT Bryant is in and Roger Ray is on the bubble spot. There's Roger Ray. He's at the front of this pack, so this will not be a better lap time for him. LaPlante just locked himself into the next round, 45.972, jumped from 9th up to 5th. And let's see if anyone from this group can lay down a lap time here. Shane Lake right on the back bumper of Roger Ray. Can he knock him out? Ray holds on to 10th for the moment. And that's going to do it. Session is complete. So Roger Ray does indeed hang on to the final spot.
To your car.
And it will be Jonathan Zorlin, Diego Yepes, Matt Haas, Joshua Sekuli, Austin LaPlante, Zachary Taylor, Brady Burkhart, Patrick Sitch, JT Bryant, and Roger Ray. They will move on to the final round of qualifying. And as I look here, I'm almost 100% certain that none of these drivers that are moving on to the next round, no, none of them are former pole sitters from this season. So we are guaranteed to go 7 for 7, at least here in Division 1, of different pole sitters at our first 7 tracks of the season. Laurent Lamont almost was able to make his way in. He's going to end up starting the race tomorrow night in 11th. Jessica Shelton will be starting 12th. Ryan Butcher in 13th, Benjamin Miles 14th, and Jose Mills will be 15th. Rest of your top 20 will be Shane Lake, Jake Rogers, J.J. Roberts, Joshua Lee, and James Qualls. You look on down through the remainder of the qualifying positions, and a couple of names down there I'm noticing in particular. Preston Plord, who was a former pole sitter at Daytona, 13th in points, not where he wants to be starting this race. And Cody Smart. Cody Smart had a good run last week at Madrid, jumped up to 4th in the point standings, and this is going to be a bit of a problem for him trying to work his way through traffic. Same for Vance Caldwell, who of course picked up the win last time out at Madrid, and last time out's winner is going to have to start from 38th. He also comes into this race as the points leader, so a lot of work to be done by a number of drivers that come into this race running very well in the point standings. But let's get ready now for round number 2. Let's find out who's going to be our 7th pole sitter in our 7th race of the season here in Division 1 of the Skittles Super Speedway Series. Don't go anywhere. So let's find out who's going to be starting on the pole position. But if anything was kind of proven from what we saw with the pack racing in the Division 1 round 1 qualifying just moments ago, I don't think any of these guys, wherever they start, are going to have a very easy time of holding on to their positions. I mean, we saw a lot of passing going on there. And, of course, we already talked about it, the speed that these drivers are going to be going, 220-plus miles per hour, anywhere from 230 to maybe 235 in the draft, certainly going to play a huge factor as well. Now, as I mentioned, we have a guaranteed 7th different pole sitter that's going to be taking place here tonight. However, bear in mind that out of the 10 drivers that have made it here into this round, one of them is a former winner this season, actually a 2-time winner, that being Brady Burkhart. Burkhart's been to victory lane twice, has not won the pole yet this year. So we'll see if what's been a great season for Brady Burkhart can continue, as Diego Yepes is going to come out of pit road along with the 88 of Austin LaPlante. LaPlante, back in round 1, was up in the top 10, fell out. I think they must have made an adjustment on the car or something, because then he jumped up to 9th, and then he was up to 5th and had himself locked in to this second round of qualifying. Let's actually also go through the field, tell you where these top 10 drivers that made it into round 2 come into this race in the point standings. Right now, the highest one would obviously be 2-time winner Brady Burkhart. He's third in points, I should say. LaPlante, he is 8th in the standings. JT Bryant should be next. He's 18th in points. Diego Yepes is 19th in the standings. I'm just checking to make sure I don't miss anybody here on the list. Then the next driver, believe it or not, is actually Joshua Sekuli. Roger Ray, rather. He's 23rd in points. Joshua Sekuli, 31st in points. Zachary Taylor is 38th, and Jonathan Zorlin is 40th, as we already documented. And I don't know if I said Patrick Sitch or not. If I did, I'm going to say it again. If I didn't, I apologize. He's 24th in the standings, and I don't think I said Matt Haas either. Matt Haas is 17th in points coming into this race. First lap time going to be laid down here by LaPlante, and it is a 47.462. I think that's a little slower than Kyle Matthews' first lap was back in round 1. However, I think he and Zorlin had a little bit of draft between the two of them, so I don't think it was a legitimate lap time, as Diego Yepes just laid down a 47.293. So right there, in terms of the warm-up lap, it's like Yepes was a little bit better than the 88. Jonathan Zorlin clocks in with a 47.522, and he was the fastest in round 1. He was first, Yepes was second, and the two of them were separated by only 3 1,000ths of a second. Yepes a little faster. Yes, he is. He gained about 5 100ths, now a 2.43 for the Autism Speaks Chevrolet. And now top of the leaderboard is Patrick Sitch, although that looks like that could be a draft lap. And indeed it is, because he and Roger Ray are working together. Ray comes into this race 23rd in points. Patrick Sitch right behind him, 24th in points. And both trying to start on the front row. Now Patrick Sitch looks like he's going to try and make his way around Roger Ray, and I think they will get back to the line. So if Roger Ray can get behind the 04, we'll have to see if maybe he can make a charge for the pole position. See if Patrick clears him. Not quite. They are going to hit the line, which means they will get time for this next lap. Patrick Sitch with a 46.744. That last time by was a 46.964. And now Roger Ray's going to tuck in line. Question is, this is the opportunity for Roger Ray to take the pole position. Can he do it? They will get their lap time next time by counted. Can Ray stay in the draft and pick up enough speed down this back straightaway and into 3 and 4 to be able to beat a 7.44? Right now he's going to start in the front row, but he wants to start on the inside, not the outside. Only 2:26 here through 3 and 4. This is going to be close. I don't know if he's going to hit the 7s, though. He might hit the 8s, but I don't know if he's going to hit the 7s. Let's see what it's going to be. This is for the pole, and it is a 46.985. So apparently he was not in the draft long enough. He's not even going to improve on his 910. And that means I'm pretty certain Patrick Sitch is going to sit on the pole for the first time in his Skittles Super Speedway Series career here tonight, or I should say tomorrow night, at Pensacola. And these were the only two drivers to hit the 46s, which says to me that these were the only two drivers that were in any way in a draft with each other. And I don't think, well, did they cross the line quickly enough that this next lap time will be counted? Let's see. Maybe there's still a chance, and no, they are not counting the lap time. All right, I didn't think so, but just in case. So it will be Patrick Sitch who will start on the pole, and Roger Ray will start alongside of him. Session is complete, and just like that, it will indeed be the driver of the Fire Department of New York Toyota Camry that will be leading this field to green. Roger Ray will start. Second, row 2 will be Brady Burkhart and Diego Yepes. Joshua Sekuli, he could be a bit of a sleeper. We didn't really talk much about him in round 1, and here he is going to be starting top 5. JT Bryant will be 6th. Matt Haas and Austin LaPlante, they'll be 7th and 8th. Jonathan Zorlin, we didn't see the speed out of him in round 1 here in round 2. He'll be starting 9th, and Zachary Taylor will be completing the top 10. So that's going to do it. Your field, your starting lineup for tomorrow night's race at Pensacola is set. Hope that you guys will tune into that race. Up next, we've got Division 2 qualifying coming here live from Pensacola. You won't want to miss it. Hope you guys enjoyed the qualifying session. If you did, be sure to give us a like, subscribe, become part of the crew today, and we will see you guys in just a bit for Division 2 qualifying from Pensacola, as you've been watching a production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.